भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ओ भगवान, ओ भगवान, ओ भगवान, ओ भगवान। ओ रामा। So we are doing so tattvopasamharaha kritaha iti. So what we are doing is that the script, doesn't qualify what it conveys. The written letter that writing, the script, it doesn't really qualify the sound A. That is, A means that letter as that sound A. E, like that. That there is no script, there is no writing there. So writing is used, script is used only to convey the sounds, the words. It is this is an example just to show how the means of communication need not qualify what is communicated. But generally what happens in all other communication, why do you have to do all this? Why do you have to say all this? That is because generally when we talk about an object, the means of communicating a noun are its adjectives. You see? When I talk about a tree, then I have to take the help of its adjectives. The tree is tall, the tree is green, etc., etc. I can take the help of its color, the dimension, its taste, its touch, its smell, etc. Now, those means also qualify the noun. You see, the means of communication seems to qualify the communicated. In order to avoid the sansarga, in order to avoid that kind of communication, in order to show to the students, here, just as the adjectives, jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, they are all means of communication. So, with the help of jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, we convey a noun, and the noun that is communicated is qualified by the means of communication, really. But here, what the Acharya is telling is that the truth, we use a means of communication but the truth that is conveyed is not qualified by that means of communication. That is why he is making an effort. It is like, you see, the word not being somehow or other is just trying to convey. Here is an instance in which you see the script conveys a word but doesn't qualify. The script conveys but doesn't qualify. This example is given here somehow or other to convey. Otherwise what happens? There is no need, because everybody knows the means of communication conveys the communication. What is communication? Because the means of communication fundamentally are jati guna kriya sambandha. There is no other means of communication. When I describing an object, is communicating, conveying an object. And describing an object means conveying an object. And in order to describe, to convey, I have to take the help of its properties. Now its properties definitely qualify the noun. Whatever be that relation between the noun and adjective, that is a different matter. But the adjectives which help me to convey a noun qualify the noun. But this, here is a communication, it is unlike. Therefore, these examples, what he is trying to convey is the difference between the description kind of conveyance, that is the words conveying the nouns with the help of their properties, is different from the words conveying the truth through adhyaropa apavada nyaya. In the case of adhyaropa apavada nyaya, whatever stands that the Shruti takes, those stands themselves don't qualify the truth. Whatever stand it takes, it doesn't qualify. And then without really, then how can it convey? Because all that you say you are negating. Then how do you convey the truth? I say the truth is swata siddham. The very person who is listening is the truth. Therefore, all that is negatable is alone is negated. And then what remains is the unnegatable. And negating the negatable means negating a certain vision, a negatable vision about the evident truth. They are not two things, you see. The negatable is not different from the unnegatable. The negatable is a certain vision about the unnegatable. Therefore, what you are negating is a wrong vision about the truth. Therefore, the truth minus a wrong vision is the truth alone, minus the wrong vision. And the truth is swataha siddham. Therefore, if all that is said is conveyed, how can the truth is conveyed? You can't argue. Because negating the negatable means negating the negatable vision of the truth, the evident truth. If I say, I am only negating the snake, then how do you convey the rope? I say negating the snake means negating a negatable vision about the evident rope. Negating the limitation means negating the negatable vision about the very subject, the unlimited. Thus, the sansarga kind of conveyance is different from this adhyaropa apavada prakriya. There are only two, ways of conveying. One is conveying something that is pratyaksha pramana siddham. I use words to convey an object that is already known through the senses. And I also use the words to convey what is not a sense object, but it is self-evident, but it's conveyed only to negate the adhyasa. This particular method of unfoldment is not something that evolved in time. It is all meaningless. This method of unfoldment, it did not evolve. You see. So, right from the old times, one sage discovered one part. Then the next sage discovered another part. The next sage, over a period of time, it evolved. You see all this. Don't know anything about. And say, the one who said first, there is no first or anything, whatever. The sages of the Vedas, everybody says the Atma is Brahma. Atma is Brahma, Jagat Karanam is Brahma. Whatever is said by the present Guru is what is said by everyone before. Then where is the question of evolution? Now evolution is not that the teaching evolved, etc. Therefore, it's not one man's effort, but it is an effort of so many people in the past, this kind of, thinking. This is all because of the influence of the theologians. The theological influence. Because it's not easy for man to shake off the theological thinking. Believe. When it comes to the truth, you go about believing. That is why Shabda Pramana means Adhyaropa Upavada Nyaya. Shabda Pramana means what? Shabda as a means of conveying the truth. And means of conveying the truth means by the method of Adhyaropa Upavada Nyaya. And that is something that is as anadi as the truth, as anadi as the problem. Because that is the only method of conveying. See, if there is an error, like you see, there is an object. Now here, there is an object. There is no language for it. Even though nobody has invented the language, but the language is there. The language may become manifest in time, but language is there. If you say the object has always been there, then the language also has always been there. Understand? Describability is the language. Whether you describe it in this language or that language, it doesn't matter. But Abhidhanam is there implicit in the epithet as unsnappable from it. In that manner, if there is adhyasa, then its correctability is implicit in it. The correctability of adhyasa is implicit in it. And the method of correction is implicit in it. Therefore, if adhyasa is anadi, Shabda Pramanam also is anadi. Its correctability is anadi. Adhyaropa Upavada Prakriya is anadi. It is not something that evolves. Just as the error doesn't evolve, its correctability also doesn't evolve, the method of unfoldment also doesn't evolve. Naditvam, that is why we have a particular adhikaranam specially dedicated for this particular, to make this point. Devatadhikaranam. In that Devatadhikaranam we have we establish the Shruti, the Veda as anadi. The Pramana means as anadi, as if you say the Jagat becomes created, if you say God created the world, I say God created the Veda. If you say the world becomes manifest, I say the Veda also becomes manifest with it. If you say this whole world presuppose it is in the form of an error about the truth, I say, well, the Shabda Pramana also is presupposing the same error to correct. But also presupposing. Whatever your view of the world, the same is the view of the Veda. You can't give another view. That is why when the Srishti Prakriya, when the Srishti is talked about, when Brahman created, Woman created everything along with the Vedas. Okay, let's go on. Thus, this Drishtanta is given here to show the difference between conveying the objects through their qualities and using the words to convey the truth, not to describe the truth in the help of its qualities, because it doesn't have any qualities which can be captured by words. Therefore, the words are used only to negate the adhyasa about. Okay. Amiji, we understand all this. Now you can go ahead. Okay. We'll go ahead now. Adhyarupam Avadam Prakriya Eva Itara Prakriya Visheshanam Moolarupam. Not a headlines. Adhyaropa apavada prakriya is. Adhyaropa apavada prakriya, the method of only positing, correcting and negating the positive. You negate by positing and negate the positive. You posit in order to negate something, and then you negate that very posit. This is called Adhyaropa Apavada. Prakriya eva, this method of teaching alone. Itara Prakriya Visheshanam, of various particular Prakriyas. Various particular Prakriyas means whether it is Srishti Prakriya, or it is Avasthatraya Prakriya, or it is Panchakosha Prakriya. Any method of teaching that is followed in Vedanta, in different Upanishads you come across different Prakriyas. Prakriya Bheda does not mean fundamentally Prakriya Bheda. Because fundamentally every Prakriya is Adhyaropa. Therefore, Adhyaropa Apavada Prakriya eva. Itara Prakriya Visheshanam, of all the particular Prakriyas. Prakriya Vishesha means a given Prakriya. Vishaya Visheshaha means what? A given Vishaya. Vyakti Visheshaha means a given person. A particular person is called Vyakti Visheshaha. Sukha Visheshaha, a given pleasure. Prakriya Visheshaha, a given Prakriya. A given Prakriya means like Srishti Sthiti Laya Prakriya. Okay? Visheshanam means sabka. Prakriya Visheshanam, Moola Rupam, the basis. Adhyaropa Apavada approach is the Swarupa. Adhyaropa Apavada Nyaya is the Swarupa of all Prakriyas. To understand this one statement, without understanding this one, what it means, if a person enters Vedanta, it is all Greek and Latin. Don't know. Just can't make. You can't make either head or tail. On the contrary, we will make the tail as the head, head as the tail. Therefore, Adhyaropa Apavada Prakriya eva Itara Prakriya Visheshanam Moola Rupam. Now, see, Saisha Prakriyam Eka eva sati Vividha Prakriya Vishesha Veshena tatra tatra aniya pradarsyate vedanteshu gitasu sutreshu cheti tattat prakarana nirupanena avashyam vijñāyeta yadi vakya tatparya adhyavasaye prathama niyama udahritaha vinigamana etavaha manasi priyeran. He puts a condition. Saisha prakriya, sa yesha prakriya, this prakriya. Sa yesha means this prakriya. This prakriya means adhyaropa apavada prakriya. And there is no other prakriya. All other prakriyas come under, and therefore even though we say Vedanta has got many prakriyas, it should not be concluded that there are many ways of unfolding the truth. Aisa nahi. There are many ways of unfoldment, but all of them boil down to one method of unfoldment, that is adhyaropa. Saisha prakriya eka sati, always remaining one. It never becomes different. It doesn't have many colors. It doesn't have variety. Adhyaropa doesn't have variety. Correction doesn't have variety. Hey Rama, how can you have correction? Variety of corrections kya hota hai? Different kinds of negation of snake kya hota hai? Negation is negation, nirvisesha hai. You see, nirvisesha hai. Therefore, saisha prakriya eka eva sati, eki hote hue sati, present participle. Strilinga hai, eki rate hue, sa esha prakriya eka eva sati. It is all prakriya eka eva sati. This one prakriya remaining the same, the one. Vividha prakriya visesha veshena, in the guise of many prakriya. Veshme. Vividha prakriya visesha. Vividha prakriya visesha means variety of prakriyas. Veshena, in the guise of many prakriyas. In the guise of many particular prakriyas. Like what Srishti prakriya is one prakriya, Samanya Visesha prakriya is another prakriya. It is not another prakriya. The same prakriya is in the guise of so many prakriyas. Veshena tatra aniya, here and there. Tatra aniya pradarsyate. Aniya means bringing it up, bringing it out. Tatra means it is not here and there, all over the Shruti. In every Vedanta, in every Upanishad. Aniya, Lyap Usko Akar. Pradarsyate Yak Isko. Drishyate seen. Darshate is shown. Pradarsyate, where Vedanteshu, in all the Upanishads. Gitasu, in all Bhagavad Gita. Every shloka is a Gita. Understand? Every shloka is a Gita. And all the shlokas also can be called Gita. But then when we put it with Gitasu in Bhagavad Gita in the Bhagavad various adhyayas of Gita, Vedanteshu Gitasu Sutreshu cha, and in the sutras, iti, a part. Now we have to capture the meaning up to iti. Meaning, adhyaropapavad prakriya remaining one and the same, it appears in the guise of various prakriyas in the Upanishads, in the Gitas and in the Sutras. A part. A part. When does it become clear? He says, tat prakarana nirupanena. By analyzing each prakarana properly. It doesn't come to your mind apne aap. Tat prakarana. Each prakarana means Gita prakarana. What is the prakriya followed here? Prakarana means prakriya. Prakarana is another word. Each prakriya. What does Srishti prakriya conveying? What is Samanya Vishesha prakriya conveying? What is this Panchakosha Vivarana conveying? So when you look into each prakriya followed in different Upanishads, you understand it is the same prakriya called Adhyaropa Apavada prakriya, positing to negate and then negating the positive. You see? You posit to negate and then negate the very stand that you have. You take a stand and correct a relation and then correct an error. You take a stand and correct a given error. A given error means a given aspect of the error, and then you negate the very stand, as you will see. Because this whole book is nothing but only just showing the method. It is a prakriya jnana. So, tat prakarana nirupanena. Nirupanena means through the analysis of each prakriya properly. Avashyam vijñāyata. A path, avashyam, definitely, vijñāyata can be understood. Vidhili. Yak and vidhi. So this bath, which is the bath that the Adhyaropavada prakriya remaining the same, it appears in different Upanishads and Gita and Sutra in different guises. Not that it's a different prakriya, the same prakriya. That it is the same prakriya running through the whole Shastra. It is the same prakriya running through the whole Shastra, including Puranas. Then in Vaidika Shastram, there is no other prakriya except Adhya. Even Karma Kanda, I can explain it away from Adhyaropa Drishti. Adhyaropa Drishti, chalta. Accepting this Atma Veda accepts man's view of himself as the Jiva. So Jivattu ko, when the Jiva sees I am a Jiva, it is avidya kalpitam. And deliberately, Veda says, okay, even though Veda knows that you are not a Jiva, but the Veda knows that you are Brahmavastu, but then really at this point, that is not the context to say that you are not the Jiva, because you are not available to hear what is said. Therefore, all right, sir, you are Jiva. So I deliberately accept that you are Jiva. That means what am I doing? Adhyaropa. I am positive. Okay. And what is this Jiva? Sharira Bhinna. It is Sharira Deha Vilakshana. He is different from the Deha. Thoda jnana bhi de dete hain. Hey, you are a Jiva, but understand you are different from Deha, and you had many Dehas before, and you will have also many Dehas, and therefore in order to be comfortable in every Deha, you have to have Punya. For that punya, you better do karma. As you do karma, so whatever you want, you are not given on a platter. You better create what you want. Work for what you want. You see? Work for what you want. I think no religion says that you work for what you want. They always say it is God's desire. If he is in your favor, he will give you. And therefore, if he is not, we also say Bhagwan ka prasad hai. Bhagwan ka prasad ka tatparya ye hai ki it is a result of my own karma, and God sees to it that I get the result of my karma. In that way, this is prasad. Otherwise, what I do may give result to somebody else. ये भी बहुत बड़ा ये है. Otherwise, you cannot be confident. Okay. Thus, karma kanda is adhyaropa apavada nyaya. It is all from adhyaropa drishti within a vid. And in Vedanta is adhyaropa apavada. In Puranas also, when we talk about Bhagavan as this and that, really whatever kahani or stories, they are not meaningless. There is no use. Don't accept. Don't believe. Then if somebody says, oh, these Puranas, they're all written for, I say, they may be written for laymen or whatever it is. Everybody is a layman. But what is said there is within the framework of Adhyaropa Apavada Nyaya, and therefore there is no problem. Avatara comes under Adhyaropa Apavada. Adhyaropa Drishtya Avatara. And free, when Bhagavan by nature is free from Prapancha, he is also free from Avatara. Kya badi baat hai? It is not a choosing between Adhyaropa Drishtya and Apavada Drishti. It is not a choice. I say it is one method. Yes, God is. It is true, yes, Bhagavan does come with Shankha and Chakra also. And you don't have to say, oh, how can God come? I say, why do you look upon it as an event? It is also an appearance. If everything is an appearance, Avatar also is an appearance. If everything is an era, Avatar also is an era. If my being the body is an era, then Krishna being the body becomes a fact. Therefore, from Adhyaropa Drishtya you can explain, you can say anything. Therefore, Purana becomes Vistar. It's not, there is no flaw in it. Why Adhyaropa? And then we do Apavada. So now you do not choose between this and that. Adhyaropa Drishti, he leads to Apavada. He is the creator and he is free from causation also in that manner. So this Vaidika dharma means Adhyaropa Apavada Prakriya. This path can be understood very well if a person analyzes each Prakriya that is given in all the Vedantas and Gitas. Yadi. And he puts a condition. My dear, you can understand that it is the same Prakriya that runs through the whole Shastram. It is the same Prakriya that appears in the guise of different particular Prakriyas provided. Yadi. Vakya Tatparya Adhyavasaye. In determining the vision of the Shastram, in determining what it wants to convey, that is called Tatparya. Vakya Tatparyam, meaning where the Vakya stops. The Vakya is directed. And what is it that it will hit? You see? Like the eyes, Tatparya is to convey form. And beyond it, it has no stop. I's tathparya is only to convey the forms. Nothing else. Is its tathparya. Tat parata. Parata means dedication. Tat parata. Another noun is tathparya. Tat parata is called tathparya. Vakya tathparya. Adhyavasaye. Adhyavasaya means nishchaya. In determining what the Shastra wants to convey. What it wants to convey. In determining the Vakya Tathparyam, Prathama Niyama Udakritaha. Prathama Niyama Udakritaha. Vinigamana Hetavaha. Vinigamana Hetavaha means the grounds on which you draw the conclusion. Here the conclusion means that the grounds on which you make the determination. The grounds on which you determine the Vakya Tathparya. Vinigamana, Nigamana. Nigamana means, you determine. There is fire. This is called Vinigamana. I say there is fire, and then I see the logic. I see the reason. What is the reason? There is smoke. That helps me arrive at the Vinigamana determination, determining that there is fire. Therefore, what is really Dhuma? Dhuma becomes Vinigamana Hetuhu. It becomes Vinigamana Hetuhu. It is a reason for me to conclude that there is fire. That is called Vinigamana Hetavaha. Every Hetu is a Vinigamana Hetu anyway. Every reason helps me to determine something. So these Vinigamana Hetavaha, which are cited under Prathama Niyama. Prathama Niyama means the first rule in approaching the Shruti, in studying the Shruti. When you study the Shruti, you have to follow certain rules. Those rules that he is talking are different from Shadlingas. Shadlingas are there, which are a part of the Shastram. But for a student, when he approaches the Shastram, then he has to keep in mind certain rules. Those rules are they make sense. So, under the first rule, whatever conditions are given, it came in the introduction. We haven't seen it because we started from in the middle. And some of those reasons, the grounds which are cited under the first rule, well, manasi driye run if they are kept in view. Hetavaha, Vinigamana Hetavaha, manasi, in the mind, driye run. Yak. Vidhi. Manasi driye run. If they are kept in view. So now the whole sentence means, sir, that the same prakriya called Adhyaropapavada prakriya appears at various places in the guise of various prakriyas. And this matter you can understand it if we analyze each prakriya, keeping in view the rules to be followed by a student of Vedanta. And even though those rules we haven't seen, I'll tell you one rule. Later on, I will just see that a few things later. But one of the rules is, what one pramanam says should not be the preoccupation of another pramanam. Understand? And if there is a seeming disagreement, if there seems to be a disagreement between Shruti and Bhashya, then you have to study, you have to look into Shruti. The credence has to be given to the Shruti. Not that there can be a disagreement. If you see a disagreement, the credence has to go to the Shruti. We have to really trash it out in the light of the Shruti. And if you see a disagreement between Bhashya and the Tikas and Tippanis on Bhashya, then you have to give the credence to Bhashyam, not to Tikas and Tippanis. Because these Tikakaras and Tippanikaras also really say something what they want to say rather than, you see, their subjectivity comes into the picture. That is why the subjectivity cannot be avoided unless you keep in view the sampradaya and the swata siddhatvam of the truth. The self-evidence of the truth is forgotten. Then immediately you start imagining about the existence of the truth and also the source of creation, etc. Everything becomes a nyaya then. Then you start guessing. Once you start guessing, Anumana comes. Anumana comes, then Anumana also has got its own subjectivity. And therefore, if there seems to be a disagreement between Bhashyam and Tikas and Tippanis, you have to give credence to the Bhashyam. And if there is a disagreement between the Bhashyam and other Bhashyas, like Ramanuja Bhashya, etc., then that disagreement has to be thrashed out in the light of the Shruti. What does the Shruti say? And it has to be thrashed out in the light of the Shruti means it has to be thrashed out in the light of the षड्लिंgas. Now षड्लिंgas are something, they don't allow you to distort. If I follow षड्लिंgas, then I can't, there is no way of really distorting. Why? Because there are certain lingas like Apaurusheyam, that is the Upakrama, Upasamhara, Arthavada, Arthavada, and also Upapattihi, and the Apaurusheyam, that is the something that is which is not available for other pramanas. Then there is a prayojanam also. Apurvata is one of the षड्linga. Apurvata means what? It should not be available for Pratyakshadi Pramana. Therefore you can't establish Dvaitam is the truth. Why? Because Dvaitam it is Purvam, it is Pratyak, it is known. What is known cannot be, what is already known cannot be the topic of Shabda Pramana. What is known means not that we are not talking about the evident. What is already known to man. Division is known to man. The same thing cannot be Shabda Pramana Gamyam. See, it should be Apurvam. Apurvam means not available for other Pramana. Therefore, when you follow the षड्lingas, how can you really misinterpret? Now they explain Apurvata differently. Apurvata means this division I did not know that it belongs to Bhagavan. I didn't know. I knew only that it is a division that is only connected to me, but this division is also division of Bhagavan. Bhagavan ka division hai. I didn't know that this world is an adjective of Bhagavan. I only knew the adjective, I did not know the noun. So Shabda Pramana comes and reveals the unknown relation between the word, the adjective, and Vishnu, the noun. Are you able to follow? So the word, the adjective, and Bhagavan, the Vishnu, the noun-adjective relationship, I did not know. Apurvata ho gaya na? अपूर्वता हो गया. But there again we say division. The noun adjective relationship as such is known to man. Noun adjective relationship is known to man. Whether it is Vishnu's sansarga or my sansarga or the Vishesha, the object's sansarga is known. And the same known cannot be the subject matter of the Shabda Pramana. Therefore, if a person doesn't have a bias, as a thinker, if you use the Shadlingas, there is no way of, getting astray, going astray. These are all what? Niyamas to be kept in view. Without keeping in view all these niyamas, if you study Shastram, then it's difficult to figure out what it is talking. Therefore, here it says, Manasidriyeran. Thus, one Adhyaropa Bhuvada Prakriya alone appears all over the Shruti, well, in the guise of various Prakriyas, and this can be understood by anybody who closely studies the Prakriyas and analyzes them, and then keeping in view certain niyamas. Clear? Atra dingmatram tavat darshayishyamaha uttaratra prastoshyamana bhashya prasthana prapanche anakulam buddhistairyam yathasyat jignasunamiti. Atra, here, right now, Bhagavan says, right now, dingmatra. Dingmatra means just bird's eye view. Dingmatra, thoda dikhana. Just a sample of it. What is Adhyaropa Bhuvada Nyaya? A sample of it. Dingmatram tavatto darshayishyamaha. We'll show you. I'll show you just what is Adhyaropa Bhuvada Nyaya. Just in a bird's, a glimpse of it. Because later on we'll go into it. So that Uttaratra later on, as we proceed further later on, Prastoshyamana Bhashya. So Prastoshyamana, this is a Rit and Nich and Yak. Yak, that is, and Shanach. So many things are there. That will be analyzed. Prastoshyamana. Stuta prastuta. Prastuta means arambh karna. Prastoshyamana means will be begun. Will be done. Prastoshyamana bhashya. The bhashyam that will be done later on. The bhashyam that will be done later on. Prasthana. This is bhashya prasthana. Bhashya prasthana means bhashya prakriya. Bhashya's prakriya. Bhashya adopts the prakriya. Bhashya prasthana means bhashyam is teaching. It is a method of teaching. It is prasthana. Prapanche, in elaborating. When we are going to analyze the Bhashya Prasthanam later on in the coming pages, Uttaratra Prastoshyamana Bhashya Prasthana Prapanche, when we are going to analyze the Bhashya Prasthanam in the coming pages, I am going to show you right now a bird's eye view so that when you analyze the bhashyam later on, anakulam, without any problem, buddhi sthiryam, you will have great stability of mind, clarity of mind. अपनी बुद्धि में क्लैरिटी होगा, बुद्धि स्थैर्यम यथा स्यात्, so that it would be there. This is hope. Jignasuna, for all the jignasu. I am going to give you right now a bird's eye view so that you will be able to follow the analysis of bhashyam in the coming pages without any problem in your thinking. Anakula means koi akul nahi hai, without any confusion. Akulata means, confusion, anxiety. It is called I am not able to follow. It goes over head. That is called akulam. I can't follow it. It goes over my head. Why should it go over your head? Never reaches the head. Never. Why say it comes and goes over there? It doesn't come. Therefore, anakulam buddhi sthiryam yathasyat jignasunam iti. For this reason, I am going to give you what is this adhyaropa apuvada. What is positing and negating the positive. You posit and negate. You posit something and negate something else. You take a stand and correct, make one correction, and negate the very stand. Wherever there is adhyasa, the prakriya is only adhyaropa apuvada jnana. It's called correction. Then alone shabda becomes a prabhava. Okay. Now we just give a few lines. Approach. Pratyastamitam sarva visheshepi sarvatmatvena nitya praptepi cha brahmani apyatvam shrutishu kutrachit adhyaropya jnana atirikta sadhana prapyatva shanka prapyatva ashanka apodyate. See that apodyate means apavada. Adhyaropya means adhyaropana. Okay, both are put in the verbs. Now, for example, Brahman is not apyam, really. Apyam means, it's not something to be gained, achieved. Truth cannot be gained or achieved. Because it is ever oneself. If there is even a little distance or difference between oneself and the truth, then it would become apyam. Become apyam. Now see, pratyastamita, free from, asta, pratyastamita, eti, and ishta is ita. Astam is a prefix. Astam plus ita. Astam plus ita. Astam plus ita. Astamita. Astam plus ita. Eti in dhatu. Eti goes. The nishtha of eti is ita. The nishtha of eti is in dhatu ka nishtha ita. Ita means gone. That is why preta. Pretatma. Pretatma means the atma that is gone. Astam is a prefix. Astam plus ita, astamita. Then another prefix prati. Prati plus astam plus ita, pratyastamita. Pratyastamita means gone in toto. Gone in toto means what? Totally gone means what? Totally free from. Totally free from. That is called pratyastamita. And don't have to become blank with that word. Birds don't become very unhappy when you look at them with blank. You say, why are they looking at me so blankly? What have I done? Pratyastamita. Pratyastamita sarva visesha. Free from all visesha, free from all form, free from all physical attributes. Though Brahman is free from all physical attributes, biological attributes, mental attributes. Brahman is free from all attributes. Pratyastamita sarva viseshe api. Even though Brahman is free from all qualifications, sarvatmatvena, as the self of all, as the actuality of every living being. Atma means Swarupam, the actuality. That very Shabda Atma must be understood. Atma in Ikshati Adhikaranam, Panchama Adhikaranam, Bhagavan defines, at least there he says, he defines the word Atma means Swarupam. Atma means Swarupam. When you say the wood is the Atma of the table, what does it mean? That is its Swarupam. Tableness being a notion. It is not really, it has got a peripheral thing and then it has a core. No. I say, like orange. When we say orange does not mean only the juice of it is orange. In fact, everything is an orange. I can't say the juice is the orange and then the peel is a notion. Peel is not a notion. Banana, you see, the fruit is banana, but the peel is a notion. Can you say that? No, there is no peel core relation. Atma, when we say, there is something about which there is a notion, and about which I have a notion is the Atma, and that notion is called Anatma. The tableness is Anatma, woodness is Atma. In this sense is used the word Atmanana. That is why Atma Shabda must be captured. Atma means Swarupam. Swarupam in contrast to Pararupam. So table is a notion. It is a Pararupam. It is an imposed notion. Woodness, Swarupam. Therefore, wood is the Atma of the table. In that manner, Brahman is our Swarupam. To be unlimited is our actuality, and a sense of limitation is Anatma. That I am Deha. Deha is Anatma. To be Deha is not our Swarupam. To be a thought is not our Swarupam. To be unlimited is our Swarupam. Therefore, Brahman that is free from all Viseshas, being Pratyastamita Sarva Visesheti, well, Sarvasya Atmatvatu, because it is the Swarupa of every living being. Sarvatmatvena, by way of being the Swarupa of every living being. Nitya Praptepi, even though it is ever Prapta. For the table, the wood can never be Prapyam, Apyam. It is Nitya Praptam. its identity as wood is not opium. For the table, its identity of being wood is never opium. Even though it is nitya praptepi cha brahmani, even though Brahman is nitya praptam as our own actuality, yet the Shruti imposes on Brahma apyatvam. Apyatvam. Say it is something that you have to gain. Shruti says. Apyatvam. Shrutishu. In the Shrutis. Kutrachit. Kahi. Adhyaropya. Adhyaropan karke. That means it refers to Brahman as something you have to gain. It says you have to gain Brahma. So when it says you have to gain Brahma, it is only imposing the apyatvam on Brahma to correct another problem. What is it? Jnana atirikta sadhana prapyatva ashanka apodhyate. When it says you have to gain it through knowledge, of course it says you have to gain it through knowledge. You have to gain it through knowledge. When it says it is imposing, what is it imposing? Apyatvam in Brahma. You have to gain it through knowledge. When it says it is imposing apyatvam in Brahma. Why does it do the apyatvam? Jnana prapyatvam, jnana apyatvam, jnana apyatvam. Jnana apyatvam it imposes on Brahma for what? To correct the human thinking that it is sadhana prapyam. To correct the idea that it is sadhana prapyam. Understand? Sadhana prapyam means karma prapyam. Jnana atirikta, other than jnana, sadhana prapyatva, that it is something that I have to gain through effort, through action, through karma, etc. Ashanka, this thinking, apodhyate is corrected. You have to gain it through knowledge. Means what? It is adhyaropa vakya to say that you have to gain it through knowledge does not mean you have to gain it. You have to gain it through knowledge means what? It makes man understand that it is not something that I can gain through the karma, by moving to a place, by doing some karma like, walking and reaching or going to another loka and gaining. Through karma I can gain, you see. Apyatvam. It is sadhana apyatvam. It's something to be reached. It is something to be gained. Therefore, what is it talking? What is so the apyatvam that is imposed? Jnana prapyatvam is imposed. So if it is done adhyaropana, then what is it correcting? Because when you do the adhyaropana, it must have the purpose of some correction. You can't impose a stand, you can't posit, you can't do positing purposelessly. Whenever you do positing, it has already done one correction. It is jnana prapya means it is not karma prapya. Oh, that means maybe it is apyam. No, it is apyatvam is adhyaropana. It is nitya praptam. But yet, in order to negate the error that it is something to be reached in time through work, through karma, I say it is not really sadhana prapyam, it is jnana prapyam. So, jnana prapyam is a adhyaropa. It is nitya praptam is the truth. That it is nitya praptam is the truth. That nitya praptam corrects Nitya praptam corrects jnana prapyatvam. Nitya praptam corrects the jnana prapyatvam. Jnana prapyatvam corrects sadhana prapyatvam. Therefore, when it says jnana prapyam, which drishti? Adhyaropa drishtya. What is the correction it does? Sadhana prapyatvam. Does not man become clearer? Does not man become clearer than when he thinks? Otherwise, a layman will always think that I have to reach God. So this idea that I have to reach God is all gone. The idea that I have to reach God through this ritual, this karma, that karma, I have to reach Him in time, I have to gain Him in time, vagera, vagera, this whole thing, your entire religious stuff is gone. It is gone in the very first vakya. The very first vakya, it is gone. I mean, if the person is a thinking person, otherwise, to kuch bhi kaho, kuch hota nahi. If a person is a serious, then the Shruti is not telling me. I may do whatever I want, but the Shruti says it is not sadhana prapya. Why? It says it is jnana prapya. If it is jnana prapya means it is not sadhana prapya. How can it be jnana prapyam unless really it is evident? They say it is nitya praptam. So the table has to recognize that I am the wood. The table has to recognize that it is a wood, but it is not really gaining woodness. It is only removing the notion that I am the table, but its identity of being wood is nitya praptam. In this manner, we have to think of three things. One is adhyaropa drishti. And what does the adhyaropa, which is the correction that is done by a given adhyaropana? Like jnana prapyatvam corrects, sadhana prapyatvam, and then that very adhyaropana is negated in the light of the swarupam, that is a vastu. There is adhyaropana. And the negation of adhyaropanam does one apavada. Adhyaropanam does one correction. Adhyaropanam does one apavada. Then there is apavada of that adhyaropanam. Therefore there is adhyaropanam and apavada and vastu. There is an error, there is a correction, and what is left? Is only vastu. Therefore the problem is also within adhyaropana. The teaching is adhyaropanam and apavada. So neither adhyaropanam is a part of vastu, nor apavada is a part of vastu. Our problem is a part of vastu. Therefore, neither problem is a part of vastu, nor the prakriya is a part of vastu. You can't say the swarupa is, you see, freedom from being table is not its nature. Freedom from table is the teaching. That it is free from being the table is what? Not its swarupa, but that is how it is taught. Otherwise, in the swarupam, there is no reference to either the presence of the table or the absence of the table. It is presence of wood. That it is not the table is not its swarupam. That it is not the table is how I convey the swarupam. It is a prakriya. Apavada is a prakriya. You can't say, what is this, a wood? Not table. You can't say that. It is wood. Not snake. You say, what? Rope. Rope doesn't exist as non-snake. Rope exists. Rope has the identity of being rope. Rope doesn't have the identity of being not a snake. That it is not snake is a teaching the rope. Why? Because the rope is misunderstood as sarpa. Therefore, prakriya includes both adhyaropa as well as apavada. Therefore, even apavada is swarupa nirdesha. It is a nirdesha. It is teaching swarupa, not swarupa. Teaching swarupa, not swarupa. It's not swarupa. Because in swarupa, neither there is an error nor there is negation of it. You are not the seeker 10th man. So in his swarupa, in being the 10th man, if he is the 10th man, that you are not the seeker is only apavada. Not that it is swarupa, because it is only negating the notion. But his identity is the 10th man. And it is definitely not the seeker. But he thinks that he is the seeker. That notion that I am the seeker is negated by that apavada. Are you able to follow? Therefore, apavada is what? Is apavada synonymous with swarupam? No, apavada is swarupa nirdesha. And what is swarupam? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasataha. It is neither available for a descriptive word nor available for corrective word. Independent of the error. Independent of the error, it is not available for descriptive word as well as corrective word. It is available for a corrective word provided there is an error. That error about the truth is available for. Truth is available for means what? Truth misunderstood is available for being taught, for the correction of the error. Are you able to follow? In this manner, sir, how the apyatvam is imposed on the Brahman, jnana prapyatvam is imposed to correct sadhana prapyatvam. And then that jnana prapyatvam also is negated. It is not prapyam at all. It is nitya praptam. Like this, so many he is going to come up with. Purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamādāya purnamevāvasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. There is some prasadam. Take it quickly. Oh Rama, please come. Some badam hai ji. Come. Please come.